Hey everyone. Wanted to kind of cover something with everyone. It's cold. I'm in the car. Just got done with a meeting. Couldn't believe it's like 8 degrees outside, but still out there running. I've had a lot of situations pop up here recently with clients that I've been working with, and the challenges have been based on credit, and a lot of people don't understand how their scores can be impacted by certain things. There's a huge misconception that just making your payments on time is all that matters, and it's not. And when you have to do what I do and sit down and explain to these people the situation, and then you truly dive into it and explain what's happened or what's happening to their credit, they tend to be like, oh wow, I didn't understand it, I guess, that way. And what I'm kind of alluding to is your scores can be impacted by a great number of things, but besides late payments, judgments, collections of any kind, where they can be impacted almost worse is when you have good payment history, but you have a lot of liability tied to credit cards. Most people don't understand that the way you're graded on a credit card is how much you owe based on its approved limit. So I'm going to give you a hypothetical. If it's a $3,000 credit card and you owe $3,000 on that credit card, you've probably got 50 points or more of your credit score, depending on your experience. It could be higher. It could be 100 points. And tied up in your scores because of that. So if you were a 720 borrower, you could be a 650 or a 600. Just because of that one liability. And I can give you a clear understanding of it by just using me as example. I have an 811 credit score. But when I used my credit card to, two of my credit cards for marketing and some major purchases for my business, within 30 days, my 811 went down to a 680. Because I maxed out those two cards with what I did, but I paid them off immediately after that. But at the time, I maxed them out because it was just easy access. I put everything on there. But most people do easy access by using their credit cards, and they don't pay them off. They just make the payments. They go, I'll get to it. I'll get it paid off. I'll get it paid off. But then other things happen, and then you get pushed into a situation where you're stuck. You've got high balances on your credit cards, and now you can't get out. Well, a lot of people are in that situation right now because of cost of living. Going to the grocery store, used to be $300, now it's $600, and other things. Maybe you've had a family emergency or something else come up where it required you to spend more than you typically would spend and you didn't have it in cash. But your scores can be dramatically impacted off of use. It could even be going out there and just applying for another liability, a credit card, personal loan, house, whatever it may be. Inquiries, shopping for a car, sometimes they'll pull your credit 4, 5, 6 times depending upon who's going to be the investor for that car loan. There's a lot of different reasons why you need to understand how your credit works, what impacts it, what's positive, what's negative, and what it takes to actually repair it. And I help a lot of people, with what I do. I'm a mortgage banker, and I've done it for 30 years, and I've helped guide a lot of people through the process of repairing their credit because it's something that I specialize in. A lot of my clientele are second chance, third chance people that are just looking for somebody to help guide them through the process. So I built a program. It's a program I'm going to start sharing with you, the public, on YouTube. where I have the ability to go in and actually grade your credit, or guide you towards the way of repairing it yourself. Because you can go to all these places like, that online that say, oh, we'll help you repair your credit. And that's great, but you'll pay them thousands of dollars to do that when you could have done it yourself. And I'm going to be putting a book together that kind of goes step by step on how to help you rebuild your credit, or to establish it. Somebody that's new to it. Maybe you're young and you're just trying to get there. I want people to understand how empowering it is to be able to sit there and say that I have good credit and I have the ability to get good insurance. When they do my background check for my job, my credit is great, so they love me. And when I go down to buy a house or a car or anything else, I don't have to question what I'm going to be approved for. It's so empowering to have that type of freedom that I think a lot of people don't really understand what its value is. Being able to sit there and say that you can do this without question. I help clients all the time that are like, I didn't know if I was going to qualify. Well, you do, and you qualify for more than what you originally were thinking you did, but I'm only going to guide you down the process of what makes the most sense. So it's your choice what you want to do. But when it comes to your credit, you need to have that strength, because it is empowering. It can impact your insurance that you have on your car, your house, or anything else. People don't realize your FICO score is part of that process. Getting a job, when they do a background check, they look at your credit. You want to have a good credit score because that shows you're reliable. When you buy a house, you want to have a good credit score because you want to be able to look at any program that is offered out there for you and get the best interest rate at that time, which is quite honestly a challenge right now, but still, you want to get the best price you possibly can. Car notes, the same thing. You have to have control of your finances. If you don't have control of your finances, it makes it that much harder for you to find comfort in yourself. And empowering people is something that I love to help do. Give you that option, to say, hey, I'm not being held back. This is what I can do. If you'd like to follow me, guys, I'd really appreciate it. Check me out. My YouTube channel's new. I'm going to be sharing a lot about credit, how to qualify for certain things, how to properly negotiate, mortgages, auto loans, all those types of things. Protect yourself, help you make and save money. It's very important to me that people understand it as well as they can. You're not going to understand it like I do, but I would hope that you would be interested in understanding those things. Again, I'm John. Background, I've been a mortgage lender for 30 years. I've specialized in credit for probably 20 years. So I know a lot about it. And I'm going to take that experience and I'm going to give it to you guys. Please hit me up, subscribe, like, and share my posts. Help me grow this, because I can't do it without you. Have a good day.